Hi, and welcome to Think Tank Thursday. I'm Denise Killian with TrainerTainment and appreciate you being here with us today. Before we get started, I want to thank our sponsors who help make Think Tank Thursday possible each and every week. Here at TrainerTainment, we like to take a little bit of time on Thursdays to help you get out of your head, get out of your office, and think about things that can help your business grow, help you grow your people. And today, we're going to be talking to Shane Zimmerman with Delta Strike. Shane is Vice President of Sales for Delta Strike, and we're going to be talking all about your laser tag facility. How often do you need to reinvest? Reinvesting, as we know, is an essential part of what keeps our FECs thriving and keeps people coming back year after year. But just what does it take? How often should you do it? And what does it look like? So we wanted to take that time to talk to Shane about all of those questions. Let's go ahead and get started. Let's meet Shane. Shane, welcome to Think Tank Thursday. Appreciate you being here.
Thank you very much. Sorry, I can't. We were laughing beforehand, everybody. Sorry.
It's a good time. It's a good
Yeah.
time. So, Shane, introduce yourself to the folks watching.
So I'm Shane. I'm with Delta Strike Laser Tag. We manufacture laser tag and other entertainment attractions. We have some augmented reality products. And at IAPA, you'll probably see some new stuff. But that's not why we're here to talk about, or that's not what we're here to talk about. So yeah, I'm VP of Sales for Delta Strike. Been in the entertainment game for about, goodness, I'm probably pushing like 30 years almost. 30, yeah, 20, 30 years. So anyways, a minute,
A hot minute, as it
a hot
were,
minute,
right?
a
A
hot
hot
minute.
minute.
Yeah.
Excellent. All right. So, Shane, today I want to talk about something that we all understand and know as FEC operators that you got to keep it fresh.
Gotta keep
And
it fresh.
that no matter, if you have the same layout, same venue, same, the games are all positioned in the same places. You've got
Hmm.
the same paint colors and the same everything. It gets stale, it gets old. You got to keep it fresh. So, want to
Yes.
talk about reinvesting in your laser tag facility. About how often should you be looking to do this as an owner?
So this is one of those really tough questions because it's a perception question. I talk to so many owners that are like, "Oh, my laser tag's still doing fine. It's 11 years old and it's still generating, good revenue." And there's always that market turnover, and so many people are very content not reinvesting back into their laser tag because they feel like it's still generating, that 250 to 350,000 dollars a year, and but the real number is people should be reinvesting about every 7 years. And we even look at some of our really good operators are doing micro investments. More they're going in year 3 and adding some different things. They're going in year 5 and maybe doing some touch up, and then year 7 might be a complete rip out and refeed. All new equipment, the whole 9 yards, and it sounds like a lot, and don't get me wrong, it is a lot. But if we look at laser tag, you're typically getting your full ROI in the first 12 to 14 months. Some stores I've seen as quick as 6 months on their ROI. So you've milked it for, you know, call it 6 years now. It's time to put some love back in there. There's only so long you can drive that, 25-year-old car, and expect it to keep, still getting you to work and making you money.
Now, we all know technology plays a big part in everything that we do now, right?
Hmm.
From the systems that run your bowling lanes to the kinds of arcade games that you can have. I mean, my goodness, I love me some Miss Pac-Man, but there's been some upgrades,
Yeah,
right?
yeah, yeah.
Um,
And I mean, I think that's a great point because, yes, there's cost, but there's also benefits associated with that cost. So you should be able to monetize these new features, whether it's efficiencies in staff, if it's efficiencies in R&M cost, if it's new features that are going to generate more revenue from the client, the customer facing side. So it's not just man, I'm 7 years later and I just have to drop another 300 grand into this. You know, it's not just a break even. It's not, I'm going to do this and be right where I was before. Technology has progressed. There should be things that you can monetize to increase those sales.
So when we look at least every 7 years, you should be seriously considering it.
Mm-hmm.
What does the process look like? I mean, are you shutting down for 3 months? Are you what happens?
Yeah, definitely not 3 months. So typically speaking, we've gotten very good at these upgrades. So if you're doing a full scrape the arena, put a brand new arena in, retheme what we have done numerous times. So everything we're doing is trying to minimize that downtime, right? So we're always very creative on this. We've done it where the arena company you'll shut down Monday through Friday or Monday through Thursday. The arena company comes in, they scrape everything, they put a new one in, and then you run on the old laser tag equipment for that weekend. And then we come in the following Monday and we install all the new equipment, and then we wrap that up by Wednesday or Thursday. And so you didn't miss any of that peak that peak time. We've worked on top of laser tag, the arena companies that we're working simultaneously, but ultimately everything that we do is to ensure that we never miss Friday, Saturday, Sunday. And so yeah, the revenue loss isn't substantial unless you're doing something crazy. Like oddly enough, like if you have to recarpet the place, those are things that can put you out a few weeks of downtime. If all of a sudden you go crazy and decide, hey, I want to add a second level in here, now you're taking everything out, bringing steel in. It's a little bit different. But for most people that are just doing a retheme or new equipment, you're going to be down a week. Yeah, I'd say you're going to be down like a Monday through Friday. Be back open Friday evening.
So I want to ask really quickly, when you're looking at reinvesting, and sorry to catch you off guard with this, but what is the benefit if you do have just the one story?
Mhm.
What's the benefit of adding a second story to your laser tag experience?
So this, I don't think there is the benefit that there used to be in it. So pre-COVID, going back to this pre-COVID, post-COVID cost issue that we have, but pre-COVID, a second story laser tag arena ran about 80,000, maybe 100,000 if you had a big one. With that, you were able to pick up another 5 or 6 players because we do everything based upon playable space, right? So with that 5 or 6 players, you were generating another, call it 80 to 120,000, depending upon your store's volume in revenue just by that vertical space. Um, Now, post COVID, that same 80, $100,000 second level is now 180 to 200,000. So everything that we're doing is trying to maintain a 12 to 16 month ROI. And that second level now just it's not a no-brainer. Before it was a no-brainer. You just did it, it paid for itself in 8 months, and everybody high-fived, and you got to milk that for another 6 years. Now it's just not a no-brainer. So I think if people are looking to do second levels, even on a new start, it's a longer term investment, and it needs to be looked at like that. It's going to take a couple years to get your money back on that, and yeah. But if you're comfortable with the 2 year investment, it's still great. It adds to the gameplay. That's the unspoken thing. It doesn't add players, but it certainly adds to the gameplay experience.
Right, right. And I love that you made that point. And one of the things I always appreciate about you, Shane, is you're going to tell the truth. And so that the reality is things have changed
Hmm.
and the cost of doing business has changed.
Yeah,
And that impacts our decisions that we make as owners of, is it worth it?
yeah, yeah. I mean, everything's based on the numbers. And so this conversation that we're having now, late 2024, may not be the same conversation that we're having in 2026.
Right.
And everything, businesses are living beasts, right? And so um, what comes about will certainly impact that over the years. But yeah, we do have to make sure that we're balancing game experience with our investment, and the ROI that's around. I so
Now,
oftentimes tell people you could buy every bell and whistle that Delta Strike has to offer, and you're going to be the best laser tag in 300 miles. Or you could buy a very middle of the road system, and you're going to be the best laser tag in 300 miles, right? So, we need to build these according to what the markets are and what the ROI is.
no, absolutely. Absolutely. Now, we've talked about this before, but remind everyone, what is that ratio, player to space ratio?
Yeah, so we're typically looking about 125 to 150 square feet per player. Now, we have started to see a trend, and I think this is typically driven from more the trampoline park side, with a younger demographic, where we're seeing people go about 110 square feet. I think that's doable, but what I always recommend is if you are budgeting max capacity at 110 square feet, make sure as your evening hours roll in and your demographic gets older, that you scale back the number of available vests. So, we can cram a ton of 6 and 8 year olds in a room, but as we get into that 15, 16, 17-year old, and, and parents, or our age, we don't like to be around as many people. So we're gonna need that 125 to 150 square feet. So just make your capacity variable, not just we have 24 vests and we run 24 vests all the time.
I love that. Thank you. That's a great point. Um, when we're looking at costs, we briefly touched on it.
Yeah.
Obviously, it's going to vary depending upon what size it is and what you're looking to do. Are you looking to just totally start from scratch, or are you just looking for a little upgrade, a little facelift, a little Botox,
Yeah.
as it were? Um, what are the prices that we're looking at here?
So laser tag equipment, I tell everybody when you're planning, just put a placeholder in there for 100K. Chances are, unless you're doing something major, you're not going to hit that number. But with all the new features and things, and you are trying to do a little bit of a facelift, on this, so you may end up with a couple of other bells and whistles. So I'm going to say you're going to be 75 to 100K for your laser tag equipment. Your arena side will vary dramatically based upon what you're looking to do. If you're looking to do a full tear out and rebuild, I would estimate somewhere in the $45 to $55 a square foot for your laser tag arena. If you're looking to have somebody come in and just do touch up and paint work, you're probably going to end up in the mid 20s, per square foot, if you're reusing all of your existing wall panels and things like that. Typically speaking, though, I'm going to say we come in right around that 200 to 300K range is where most people find themselves for that upgrade.
And again, you're basing this off of trying to get that ROI within 12 to 14 months.
Yeah, definitely. Every laser tag vest now, in today's current pricing, most people are running anywhere from $9 to $11 a game. So we just split the middle, call it $10 on average. Right now, most of the laser tag vests are going to generate anywhere from $15,000 to $20,000 per vest per year. So most of our stores, I just ran numbers the other day, specifically around multi-unit bowling centers. And most of our stores, our lowest performing stores were generating about 250 to 300K a year. Our highest performing stores were well over a million in just laser tag revenue. And that's simply looking at gameplays times whatever they're charging according to their website. Um, so yeah, it's still coming in for most locations as the number two attraction behind whatever the anchor is, bowling, karting, whatever. So all of that to say, yes, we should certainly be hitting that 8 to 14 month ROI.
Perfect. Excellent. All right, Shane, it's time for the TrainerTainment Think Tank Thursday question. Are you ready?
Oh, I'm never ready, but we can prepare for everything except for this question.
All right, I want to ask you to think for a moment about the most surprising lesson you've learned in your time at Delta Strike. The most surprising lesson you've learned of, um, actually, I'm going to clarify it. You from a failure. I'm a fan of believing that we learn more from our failures and our
Uh,
missteps than we do from our successes. I'll play
so
some music while you think on it.
yeah, not the Jeopardy theme song. I'm terrible with that too. So man, I think the biggest failure that I had was I don't think we invested in people quick enough when we were building the company. Um, and I think that we could have put in some really cool things earlier on in the business. Now, I think the positive is we got there, but I think there were a few years of pain and suffering in there that we could have built some things quicker and better and more beneficial to the customer earlier on if we would have if we would have been a little more humble about our capabilities.
You know what, Shane? I love that answer. And I think that so many businesses would give the same answer.
Yeah.
When you're starting, you're just trying to figure it out. You've got no SOPs, you've got no protocols, you don't know what you're capable of, what the company's capable of. I mean, it's
Yeah.
just a whole bunch of chaos, and you're just trying to keep it going, keep it going, keep it going.
Yep.
And
Yep.
when you pull your head up from that and okay, this is sustainable, it's going, then hopefully you make some realizations of, oh, we could do some things better. Or, you know what, let's invest in our people more. Let's invest in and being customer centric more. And that's a
Yep.
growing pain that I think every business goes through. The successful ones are the ones that come out on the other side of that and invest in their people and invest in a culture, which is
Yeah.
what Delta Strike has
It's
done.
Yeah, completely by accident, but yeah, we're talking about just reinvesting back in the business. And I think the mindset early on is I can't afford to invest. I can't afford to invest. Um, but realistically, I think every person that we have in our company more than pays for themselves. And they've all become a profit center, which is what every part of the business should be. And so, yeah, so we should have invested and reinvested into our staff earlier, earlier than what we did.
Yeah. But I love that answer. That's it. I mean, I think it's telling and it's so um if every business leader was honest with themselves, would say, yep,
Yeah,
then they're done that. I mean, it's something that we all have faced. So
yeah,
I love
for
that
sure.
candor. Thanks, Shane.
Yeah.
How can people get in touch with you, Betty?
So yeah, you can just give me a call, 463-203-0695. Shoot me an email, shane@deltastrike.com, or you can always just jump on our website if you want to learn more about our products. It's deltastrike.com. But we are here to help. We love this industry. We love the people that are in the trenches. And so if you need anything, you don't have to be a Delta Strike customer. You're always a friend.
Oh, that's wonderful. Thanks, Shane. I appreciate your time and really some great insights today on reinvesting in laser tag. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Appreciate it.
Well, always wonderful to have Shane on Think Tank Thursday. He always brings some great perspective, and I appreciate his authenticity. He's the guy who's going to tell you the truth, even if it's maybe not going to create more sales for Delta Strike. He's going to be there to help you make the best decision for your business. So reinvesting is essential. It's something that we need to do, and we've got to keep our centers fresh to continue to have our customers come back and visit us again and stay an important, thriving part of our communities. So interesting perspectives, and good to see what that would look like to update your laser tag facility. Want to also thank our sponsors for Think Tank Thursday. We couldn't do what we do each and every week, bringing Think Tank Thursday to you, without them. So we appreciate them and what they do. Again, my name is Denise Killian with TrainerTainment, and if you've got an idea for Think Tank Thursday, or if you'd like to be a part of Think Tank Thursday, just reach out to me at Denise@TrainerTainment.net. And if you're ready to grow your people or grow your business, we're here to help you with that as well. You can reach us at TrainerTainment.net. Appreciate you spending the time with us today. Hope you learned something, and we'll see you back next week.